What is going on, pimps? How you doing? Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Today we will be talking about the new Xbox handheld that was announced. So I went over this on stream, and basically I went over some of the finer details of like the announcement of the console, the components of the console itself, and then some of the broad like spectrum of the Xbox console line in general. He showed me this a bit of this article or a video about it, of how Xbox is going to be releasing a new console. Apparently, it's going to have like PC software on it. It's going to be like a hybrid console with capabilities of PC, and it's going to have Steam on it, and it's going to allow you to play PlayStation exclusives. Now, like legally and IP wise, I don't know if they can actually come through with that, but we're going to read a little bit about it. It's been rumored for quite some time now that Microsoft is preparing to launch an Xbox handheld. The device is supposedly being developed under the codename Keenan, and will, of course, for Keenan Allen. As far as I feel like handhelds went out of style, and they only kind of came back with the Switch, and I guess this, as far as I can think of, because we had the DS, and then the PSP, and then the Game Boy, at least for like when I was getting into handhelds when I was a kid. And then for the most part, it's just been consoles until the Switch. Consoles, or the Switch in your phone, basically. I think PlayStation made a new one. Well, I'll search that up after this then. Microsoft's Phil Spencer has been very vocal in recent years that the handheld space is one the company is keen to grow into. Could it be something we hear about at this year's summer Xbox showcase? It'd be great to see what the console is capable of, and I'm hoping it's a standalone as opposed to something like the PlayStation Portal, which relies on a base console connection. I mean, doesn't Xbox have that same thing with like that's how I play on my Xbox from my PC is through like just connecting it through the app, but maybe it's not the exact same thing. Of course, fans are on hand with naming suggestions, although I'm warning you, there's more than a few tongue-in-cheek suggestions. Is it going to be like penis or something? They come up with this summer showcase. Introducing the new Xbox handheld penis. Play with your penis. Hold your penis. Play with it with two hands. Play with it with friends. The Series XS suggested Jack Slacks _ of surprise. Very clever, actually. I don't know how. This is for people who get like who are really up to date on consoles and stuff like that. Xbox Series P for penis, like I suggested. Replied with P standing for portable. That's, probably not going to make it through. Xbox Nomad. I actually don't mind that one. That doesn't sound bad. Contributed by These Aren't My Pants. User Hufferstill had this to say: use this thing as an opportunity to fix the Xbox naming scheme. Call it the Xbox 5, use a silhouette of a hand in some way to show that it's a handheld. Then the next Xbox can be called Xbox 6, and we don't have to worry about the dumb name ever again. Simple naming schemes, I like that. With the Xbox One and then the Series, like how this is all kind of named, the Series X, Series S, XS, all that stuff, I get confused on which is which, because before I heard of the different variations of the Xbox Ones, I was under the impression that there was only the Xbox One. And then my friend was talking to me about playing Hell Let Loose. Thank you. God, I forgot even what I searched that up for. Yes. Oh, because the different Xboxes, I didn't know there was different ones for different like levels of function. If you're in the lower class, you get the Xbox One. In the higher class, you get the One X or something. But yeah, I didn't know until my friend brought that up, and I couldn't play it on the one I had. Xbox gamers finding themselves banned indefinitely without warning. The ban hammer strikes. Anybody who talks negatively about our dictator, supreme leader Phil Spencer, shall be banned unprecedentedly without warning. Xbox gamers are getting suddenly banned indefinitely without warning, according to the community. Gamers can get banned for a variety of reasons, such as cheating, verbal abuse, or using stolen content, all of which are very valid reasons. However, Xbox gamers are being banned for using a VPN despite it not being against any strict laws. No, that's just the cover-up. They were talking down on Big Phil, and he brought down the ban hammer swiftly. X play with yourself. XXX play with yourself. like, of course, the versatility of it, of being able to put like the compatibility of like having it be a PC thingy, cross hybrid abomination with Steam, and then also because of that being able to play PlayStation titles and other PC only titles is great. But you would figure that would come on like an at home console first. It looks like it's just a Switch, basically just like the Switch size, and just Xbox. But like, of course, I don't think the the wow factor is that it's a handheld necessarily, well, for Xbox, but just what it comes with and what you'll be able to play on it. But this has to come secondary to like a regular standalone console, right? Talk about our god Bill Gates, and you shall be turned into a red mist. Phil Spencer praying at the altar of Bill Gates. Please grant me the power to use Windows 64. And then Bill's just standing there like this. His eyes start to glow. You align that like staff thing from Indiana Jones with his glasses, and he bestows the beloved Microsoft Windows 64 onto Phil Spencer. Thank you, my lord. Thank you. And then it says 5 days ago. That's when he got it. Then he announces the freaking Xbox penis handheld. Like oh my goodness! Why are they playing it like in an epilepsy-inducing environment? Why is there so much flashing? What did that say? Lightning fast mouse click triggers.
A controller that has an Xbox button and an Xbox layout.
Hall effect precision thumbsticks, baby. Do you know what that means? Anti-drift accuracy with customizable sensitivity. All new Ford 850 anti-drift accuracy thumbsticks with customizable sensitivity. Isn't that just regular settings though? Like with dead zones and all that? Is that a feature of the controller, or is like that? Is it saying like, oh, by the way, if you want to change your settings in game, you can do that, just like with the rest of just like with every other prior console that you had, you can also adjust your settings with this one. Razer trademarked mecha tactile action buttons and 8-way floating D-pad orgy. An 8-way D-pad orgy? Oh. So instead of up, left, down, and right, you can hit a upper right or upper left.
A handheld, like basically, I can imagine seeing something.
Seizures. White guy.
Something like the Asus ROG Ally.
Introducing the Razer Wolverine version 3 Pro. Equipped with an all-new diesel engine, baby. Phil Spencer gets on. So yeah, instead of going for like a battery-powered or plug-in a wall socket type of deal, we decided instead to just put in a diesel engine that emits fumes. Now, one drawback as opposed to battery-powered is that you're going to have multiple open spaces for all that diesel engine fuel emission to kind of like filter out. Otherwise, as far as we've tested, you will pass out and probably die. This controller is so advanced it could turn into a Ford F-150. It doubles as a shotgun nuke and your dead grandma. It can actually also bake cookies. It's an oven. Hey, there is that meme. I don't actually think it was real, but KFC Xbox console. It was an Xbox console that could theoretically also serve as like a chicken warmer, built-in chicken warmer, yeah. Although this KFC controller would seem, it's basically anything that's not your standard white or black. It looks pretty cool for the most part. That diesel engine graphics card.
And then the other key factor is I think there will
1 terabyte of furry porn pre-installed on each console.
And it will have the
my God,
works straight out of the box.
It's a revolutionary console.
And then the other key.
I really hope with the future consoles that they also decide to get rid of the digital downloads. I don't understand. When my friend came over yesterday and for the weekend or whatever, we pulled out the 360, swapped discs from like the Outfit to NCAA 13, and we just played. I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand the thought process behind the digital download thing. And it would make sense if you could download the game from the disc, and then if you didn't have the disc, you could play the game. But you can't. And that is just the dumbest thing. I really hope they go back with that. Just let me put in the disc and play. Or better yet, keep the digital download thing. It could be like a pain, I guess, but in the long run, you could just bring your console. Like if you're going somewhere for a bit or for whatever reason and you want to bring your console, but you don't want to have to bring all these discs with you, let me be able to download the game with the discs I have and then just be able to play it from the downloads without needing to have the disc. I don't think downloading the game should be a mandatory part of being able to play the game. If you could go to like a 360 type of deal, which again, biggest downgrade in all of history. I don't know how that happened or who passed that freaking decision. Anyway, if you can just slide the disc in, oil that thing up, slide it in there and play it, great, right? But if you could choose to download the game as well, and then reserve the right or like reserve the ability, whatever, to play it later without the disc, I think that would be the ideal goal. I really don't understand. Again, I really got to go over this again. I don't understand how on a previous console of like less sophistication, right, that we can pop in a disc in and out and play it whenever, and then also download games from the store, and then go back to the mesothelioma age with a next-gen console, and then basically go back to Neanderthals. Like, how did we reverse evolve right there? Oh my god, my brain is devolving right in front of you. But we go from freaking philosopher Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about the universe to a freaking Neanderthal figuring out what fire is. We went through all the stages of your Subway sandwich here. We got your bread, your meat, your veggies, condiments if you're a psychopath. But I think that maybe a standalone console, I like when people hear this, and at least as far as like what my first reaction was when I heard that it was going to be like a PC like hybrid device thingy that you could access Steam with and do all this other stuff with. I was under the impression it was going to be like a console, like an actual just box, right? And when I heard it was a handheld, it feels like we're going from something we already wasn't the most solid product to now trying to take a step above and then make it more advanced than the product that we weren't fully satisfied with. So I feel like make a regular console first, prove to people that like you can do that, and then venture into handheld. Because I don't think venturing into handheld is the worst thing, considering how, at least as far as I know, it doesn't seem to be the most saturated market. Like I don't think PlayStation has anything yet. All I know is about the Switch and basically your phone. So that seems like a good idea. And where they're going with this console, it definitely seems like they could pretty much outplay PlayStation here and kind of maybe even get ahead in that race in the console wars, which is awesome. And then the third thing is fix the digital download system thing that I was talking about earlier. I think the most ideal thing is if you have the disc, pop it in, play, have the option to download it if you want, but only if that means that you can play it without needing the disc later. I think that would be the most heavenly system possible. I don't know as of right now if you can do that, but if you could, which like I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, if you can download it off the store without having the physical copy of the game, I don't see why you would have to download the physical disc and not be able to play it without the disc, right? And because then that means like why ever have the disc anyway, which I know is kind of its own separate thing in and of itself. Overall though, I think they're heading in a pretty decent direction. If they can pull this off, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, that is it.